What do you like least about your job? What should you say?
Okay, for this question, I think it's important to focus on responsibilities and duties and not people. So what I mean by that is you should not say that, I had a problem with my boss, I didn't like my boss, I didn't like my organization, I didn't like a particular thing within the organization, I didn't like this particular project, my ideas were not valued. These are responses that you should not give. The ideal responses, as I said, right, that you should concentrate more on processes and responsibilities that you have at this point in time. So you can say that, while I really enjoyed working in the role that I was in, and I got a lot of learning from there. However, in terms of opportunities of enhancing my learning was a little limited. I was not able to take IJPs and move to other processes only because of the fact that the organization being small was not able to give me those opportunities to enhance my learning. Now, this is if it was a small organization. Now, if it was a big organization, you can always choose to say that I was not able to move to any other process and enhance my learning, and just leave it out there, right? So this can ideally be a response, because what is happening out here is you are showing that you want to learn more, and unfortunately you are not getting that opportunity. It's not anybody's mistake out here. It's not the organization's mistake, or it is not your fault as well, due to which you are not able to get that learning. And then you top it up by saying that moving into my new role or moving into a new organization, one thing that I would definitely love to would be to enhance my knowledge. I would love to not only become an expert in the process that I'm working in, but also to get cross-trained on a lot of other multiple processes so that my knowledge base can get strong. So this can be an ideal response that you can provide to an interview.
When an interview asks, can you explain why you changed your career paths? What is an answer that they expect?
Okay, so a person like me who has changed his career paths, moving from operations to HR and to operations and back into HR, right? Now, if this question ideally comes to me, I would say that the reason I changed career paths was because I thought that I was able to gain expertise in both the functions, HR as well as operations, and both of these functions complemented each other. So while I worked with operations, I had a lot of knowledge from an HR labor law standpoint, which helped me managing the team well. While I moved to HR, the reporting and the eye for detail that I had in operations was something which was helpful for HR. So I think both of it was helpful, and that was the only reason I decided to move career paths from operations to HR and from HR to operations. Now, this is a response that I would ideally give because I come with that kind of an experience. Now, if there are people who have just like 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of experience, and if they have shifted their career paths, and if they've, say for example, I've moved from operations to finance, right? If I moved from operations to finance, I would ideally say that finance is something that interests me, and while working with operations, while I learned a lot and I got a lot to gain, something very important was eye for detail, which helped me in terms of looking at reports, the way they work and all of those things. That I think would complement me working with finance, and that was the only reason for me to move to finance, and because that was a field I was really interested in, and it helped me grow my knowledge base. So I think those would be most appropriate answers to give, because the interviewer only is, when the interviewer asks you this question, is confused of why you changing streams. So you need to give a clarity of why you're changing it and how it will benefit, right? So these are two things which are very necessary, and these are two things which help the interviewer understand that you don't really need to be a complete domain expert in a particular domain, like worked in accounts payable for 20 years. So yes, you possibly will have more knowledge, but more importantly is that if you're shifting domains, I would call it more of an advantage.
This question can be asked to both freshers and experienced candidates. Question is, what should I know that's not on your resume?
Okay, so yes, this is a very good question, and the interviewer ideally wants to check your thought of what you want to share, which is not really a part of the resume, right? In this, like if I had to get this question, I would say that I'm a certified dog trainer, right? Other than that, I would say that I have done a course on mind reading. I have done a course also on body language. Now, these are the things that I would highlight, which are not really a part of my resume, and which still benefit your organization in some way when I say that I'm a mind reader or I have done a course on body language, because somewhere I would end up being good with people. So when I interact with people in my team, I would be able to well explain things to them, also understanding what their body language is and so on and so on and so forth. Now, for somebody who's a fresher in this industry, and if this question comes on to them, the ideal response can be that there are things which are not a part of my resume at this point in time, which is like I enjoy an XYZ activity, right? So they can share activities or things that they enjoy doing. Like for example, I love horse riding, or I have done a course. Now many people do courses and do not put that on the resume. So they can speak about the course. They can speak about a leadership example if they have leadership in school, college, or something like that. Now this is an opportunity for a person, for the candidate, to demonstrate things which are not really a part of his or her resume. So when I say demonstrate things, I mean a leadership, I mean their cool and calm composure, I mean what is it that they like and dislike, and so on and so forth, right? So this question ideally should be a question which can be capitalized on, and you can be pretty open and free with the interviewer to share your thoughts.
Okay. So is it like the extra activity or an extra course that I've done? Maybe say I learned another language, which is not required as per this job description. However, I have this extra quality in me, which may or may not be useful in the future.
Yes. So the company will look at it in a very different way. So say for example, you say that I have, I'm doing a course on German. I'm learning German, for example, right? As you said. If I am the interviewer, while I would hire you, I would also think that, okay, fine, in future, if there is a project that comes in where we need somebody with a German proficiency, somebody who can speak German, this can be a right fit for me. This candidate can be a right fit for me, right? So that becomes a win-win at the end of it. So yes, that would be a fantastic way of putting it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you have found it helpful and insightful. If you have, do not forget to click on the like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon too, so that you get to know about all the future videos that we would be uploading. And do not forget to share it with all of your friends who need support in tackling interviews. All the best.